Well, how's it going, everybody? I got a nice little toy out here today. It's my wood processing unit. Got the cordwood saw on the back. It's I think a 1916 wet, headless wet, 6 horsepower in the middle, and that's a Clark wood splitter up on the front. Made in Rumford, Maine. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says Rumford, Maine, USA. And this is the Clark Foundry Company. And you know, it's kind of gooey, but that's where she came from. And my great grandfather bought it brand new, and she's been used hard. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting ready to throw that belt off. Now this has been setting, since I guess last year. I haven't run it yet. And if anybody ever buys an old engine and it's been setting really any time at all, you know, this here's your rocker arm down here. And as you can see, this is an old repair. It was done way before I got it. But that's from rolling these over without making sure that exhaust valve is free. Same way with the intake. Although you won't break nothing because there's no rocker arm. It's atmospheric operated. But yeah, so this is Model T coil operated. I'm going to go get one. I'll explain how that works in a minute. But if you got an old engine or you're just getting into the collecting business, I don't care if the rocker arm's out front or where it is. Always, if it's been setting any time at all, give it a lift somehow or tap it with a rubber mallet. Make sure it's going to be free so you don't break something. So anyway, I'm going to go get a Model T coil and a battery, and I'll be back. Okay, everybody, got our battery out here, got a Model T coil out here, and it's wired up so that it completes a circuit. Now, we're just going to start at the positive, and I'll show you how it goes. It goes from the positive, goes right out here, right back, right along here, and it comes up into this set of contacts that rides on the camshaft. And it's right back in, right there. And you watch, you'll see as that turns, it goes up and makes contact with it. And that right there will lift it up, and that'll make contact. And this lever changes your timing for starting and running. So the power goes through. Now the whole engine is energized. So this rocker arm has power to it because it's, you know, all in part of the unit. Comes back through here, goes onto this ground, which goes down here. This is basically a battery saver. When this engine is up to speed and this rocker arm is held up so that there's no compression, it won't make contact and it stops your ignition from working. So anyway, the current has to go around through here and goes right over to this side, and then it goes from the back around through here and goes to here. And if we make contact, it fires. So every time that striker goes by, it will fire theoretically. And it's a pretty aggressive ignition system. I don't know if I can get this to show you or not, but we'll see here if I can get it lined up. Somewhere's here to show you, because they're pretty impressive, really. Well, you know, so, and it probably will jump a lot further than that if you move it down a little. We'll find out. You know, you don't want to get hit with it. And so anyway, that's how this system works. Now, whether this is positive Well, this is positive. Don't know. I never paid any attention to it. I probably hook it up different every time I hook it up. But I can tell you, you got one on the bottom, one on the top, one in the middle. The one in the middle is your spark. That's the only thing I know for sure. And I've worked with them since I was a kid. And, you know, I'm sure if you go to a Model T wiring diagram, it'll tell you which one's supposed to be positive and negative. But like I say, that coil doesn't know the difference. And anyway, I'm going to put some gas in this old girl after I take off that belt, and we'll see if this old girl will run. Well, there's not too many places here you have to oil. I always put a squirt on that intake. Come down here to your rocker. Now I reached in off camera and I put a little bit on each wrist side of the wrist pin just for a starter. It's supposed to get lubricated here by the cylinder oiler, but it takes quite a bit of running before it gets any oil, so I kind of like to start it. Get a little bit in there. These felts, get some on both sides for the main. You got a pin here on your governor, a little bit right there. That little shoe, this collar. We got the governor weights on both sides. Right here is where it's supposed to be, but this one here is stock, so I don't do it that way. And there's also a hole on the cam gear. If I can get this thing lined up here just right, you can probably see that oil hole coming up right there. It's actually got oil in it, I can see it, but we're going to put a little drop right there. Put some over here. There's a pin right there. This one here is the one we just did, so we'll put a little oil right there on that governor mechanism, and we'll turn it over, get the top. This one here, you know, a lot of people don't oil this stuff because they don't like it slinging stuff everywhere, but it was meant to be oiled. A little more on that collar. Don't hurt to put a little bit on the gears. So anyway, we'll put a little bit on the cylinder just to get it started. Like I say, it hasn't been running over a year. So anyway, we've got gas in our tank. That's got a check ball on the bottom. This here, on this particular engine, I've got a file mark right there. Goes about straight across. And I like to choke it with my finger. Anyway, I'm going to shut you off, put you on a stand. Well, everybody, I was trying to run it down in the bottom of the fuel tank. I've got it held off the bottom by about 1 inch. I still got water in the tank, but I had it running a few seconds ago. We'll see if it'll start again. We got good spark. Okay, so we'll see here what happens. I don't know if that got any fuel or not. It's hard to say unless you got it held right open. So anyway, that's how it's supposed to run. You can see a little bit of clearance in on that, just barely missing it. That's how the battery saver works. You know, this latch right here is what's causing it to happen. Quite simple. If you look up here, you can see how that mechanism works. put that on there. I'll be tipping it over and losing it. So anyway, I'm going to shut you off here. I'm going to go over and throw the belt on here in a minute, and I'll show you how that's done. So a little bit about putting flat belts on. Number one, you should do it when it's not running. But I grew up throwing them on, throwing them off with a stick. And I'm not saying it's safe. I've always done it. I'm accustomed to it. I'm not wanting anybody to do it because I say they can. But if you do it, you know, this belt is going to travel this way, you know, when it comes off. Always, no matter what you do, make sure that that lacing in the belt is beyond where you're throwing it. Because if there's one of them staples coming loose and it hooks you, you'll be in the world of hurt. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I put them on. Basically, the belt lacing's down there a few feet. Take your hand, set it up like that. Whoops, it didn't go on. So, I'm not going to pull it off without a stick. Because that's how you do get hurt. Should have the engine turning up a little harder. This is running the speed for the wood splitter. But anyway, so guess I need some more oil in my oil can, but it's getting some on it. There you go. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if that's educational to anybody or not, but that's how I do it. Like I say, when I run that off, I'll use a stick to pull it off. And you gotta actually pull it off on the bottom. So you gotta have a long stick, like a 4-footer, and you pull that out, you know, keeping it in the middle. Then it'll run off that front pulley, and then this will just do whatever it does. It just usually flops around there a little. Anyway, I'm gonna shut her off. So I'm gonna take it up front, put some water in it. There's no water in it right now. But it don't run hot because it only fires every however many times. But I'll talk to you in a minute. Now I might as well show you how I shut these off. That's all there is to it. Shut your fuel off. Turn your oiler down. And then if you leave it long term, unhook your battery. So anyway, I'm going to take this up front, put water in it. And you can see it's getting plenty of oil there. So the oil is working good. Anyway, this is going to be one little short video, and then I'm going to do another one here with me sawing some wood. So well, everybody, we'll see if this is going to run this time. I got it all oiled up from 5 minutes ago, but turn the oiler on. We'll turn our fuel back on and give it top dead center like so. We'll give it a choke. Hopefully it'll do it. And now if it got a charge of gas, which I don't know if it did or not, but we'll bounce it back and see if it goes. Yeah, we'll go over to the other side and we'll see if we can't throw a belt on. I really should have it blocked up in the middle so it won't bounce, but it'll be all right today. Whoop, easy. I'm a little bit rich, I guess. Yeah. Now Carol's going to take away. Anyway, that's all the wood we're going to show. I just want to show you how you do it here. A lot easier to get it off when it's running. So we'll shut this off and put our governor springs on for the wood splitter. That's that saw blade I put on in one of my earlier videos. That's the first time we've cut wood with it. Works all right. So what we've got, this thing normally don't bounce like that, but I'm too far on this truck frame. I'm all the way back there, all the way to the front, and it should have some blocks under the engine, but it's not going to be here long. So we take those heavy springs off. We put a lighter set on. And that wasn't up to speed either. This is supposed to run 400 RPM. And my good governor springs got borrowed last year at the fair, and I don't really know what happened to them. I gotta shorten them, I guess, so they even fit on my rig here. Anyway, the other ones were shorter. I gotta rework these. But yeah, so these are the short ones. It won't run very hard now. We'll see if it'll start right back up again. Move some of this wood so we don't get tangled up in our feet.
I'll be back.
Yeah. We got the farm stand going, so Carol's got to run off. Okay. Give it a choke like before. spark down after you start it. Come on. And that's how it runs for the wood splitter. And this here, I got to oil up. I haven't oiled it yet. It's only got a few points to oil. A little bit on the wrist end, a little bit on the rods, a little hole up on top of the connecting rod. Now, this is a lot easier to throw the belt on because it don't turn so fast. That's all there is to it. And then we'll oil up these a little more. That'll work down through it. The main thing about this type of machine is to keep your hands on the sides. Keep your hand on the sides. Doesn't matter what that wedge does, it can't hurt you. Then I drop it down here because you put your hands on the top, pull it apart. So I drop it down here, pull it apart. I watch a lot of people at engine shows and they got their hands up here on top and they shove it in. Looking for trouble. I had some relatives that was missing a few of the fingers there from this exact machine. So it's pretty safe. A lot safer than what people make it out to be. If you got smarts enough to use it. Rock maple's tough. Well, anyway, this is basically a back geared unit. Just got a bull gear and a pinion. Heavy flywheel that drives it. It's two-sided, which you probably already saw. In made in Rumford, Maine. This is about a 1916 6 horsepower engine. So it's over 100 years old. Still learning its key. And we'll quiet it down here so we can talk. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, you know, give me a like button. Subscribe if you'd like. We'll have some more of these videos coming. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.